And ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to some OP replays. Yes, nailed it. These guys absolutely nailed it. We have a 50 TP prototype, and of course we have the Object 268 Chaser. So of course, Object 268 on Dead Rail could be a pretty good game. Now, the Object 268, some people play it front line, some people play it at the back. It's kind of in the middle. You can play it in the middle. You've got decent armor. I mean, you can bounce shots, but definitely at the back of the map is a good option for this tank. And then later on in the game you can push forward. It's got a fantastic gun, very high pen, and yeah, this used to be one of the best tank destroyers in tier 10, but not too many people really play this tank anymore. But we're going to watch a really good game from Potato Seller, and he's obviously Dead Rail's one of the best maps for tank destroyers in general, but you can see the heavy tanks are pushing around. Unfortunately, he is spotted, but mostly these heavy tanks are going to go for the tanks that are now in the corner. They're pushing the corner, and yeah, I don't know what the I think it's the 57. What is he actually doing? It's the Yo, sorry. No idea what the Yo is doing, but that is absolutely perfect for our 268, because of course they're going to focus them two guys in the corner. Not quite sure why the T57 is not focused, the T54E1. I think it was, but now they are both focusing the corner tanks, and of course there is the 50 TP over there. There's an E100. There's a lot of tanks over here, so he has to be very careful that he doesn't overextend and just get wrecked, because any one of these tanks could be looking at him. But he's in a pretty decent position. Pretty much all 7 tanks are now spotted, so he knows where they all are. But his team will start to fall apart very, very soon. Again, not even sure what these guys are doing and how, with all the red tanks around. I'm surprised that they've managed to stay alive for this long. It just goes to show what the red team is like. But as you can see, the red team have now started pushing. Again, that is fantastic for our Object 268. But there goes the grill. Now there is just the Yo down there, and he's going to focus. I thought we was going to focus the Leopard there. Probably not the right choice. Definitely focusing one of these guys. The 57 is a great tank to focus, because that will bring him down to a one-shot. So any 3 of these tanks around here, the 50 TP, the T54, and the T57 heavy. Of course, the T57 is a one-shot, so if he can take him out, that would be a bonus. But if he can take a shot on any of the other guys around here, that will bring them down to a one-shot. And ideally, he needs to take one of these out before that Yo dies. And he's going to get the shot here and take out the T57. So that now leaves 5 versus 5. The Yo is basically going to die very soon. The T57 is now dead, and it's already now a 3 versus 5, so it's still a lot of work to do. However, the Jaegeru up there is a one-shot. The E100, however, could be a bit difficult with the hit points that he has got. So I love the fact that he's not looking at running. He gets a nice shot there into the T54E1. 2 shots missed from the T54, and there's the 3rd shot. So he can actually push this guy out now. I think that was his 3rd shot. But nope, he's going to get him from under the tracks. So that was his 3rd shot, and he's gone. But it is now a 1 versus 3. A 1 versus 3. He has to take out this 50 TP as soon as possible, and he gets a beautiful bounce. And again, I like the fact that he used HE to clear that guy. Not many people do that, and it's what people should start doing more often. But there is still a lot of work to do. 6.4k damage. He's managed to farm up 6.4k damage without even moving. He's managed to farm up 6.4k damage, and that was thanks to the 2 guys on his team just sitting in the corner. Fair enough, the grill was going to go there, but yeah, no idea what the Yo was doing, but at least it kept them guys, the red team, there for a longer period of time. If it was just the grill there, they would have cleared him very, very quickly. So he's now doing the right thing. He needs to run away, and ideally he has to take out this Leopard, one of the highest DPM tanks in tier 10, and he has to take him out. So I love the fact that he's gone from distance. He knows, or the enemy knows, he was around this side of the map, and of course the E100 has now poked up, and he's gonna just miss the shot there, and he's not even spotted for that, so that is good news. But yeah, we need to keep the leopard. He needs to get rid of the leopard ASAP. But of course the time is running out. There's 2 minutes left on the clock, but there is still quite a bit of hit points to go for the E100, and I believe the leopard is a 2-shot as well, so he needs to start doing damage, and he gets a nice shot again under the train from onto the E100, sorry, and he's still not spotted. So the E100 was just like, where the hell did that hit? And now he's reloaded. He can poke up again and get another nice shot, bringing the E100 now down to a 1-shot. However, he is now spotted, so both tanks know where he is. So he's on 1500 damage, but he still needs to be very careful, because if he takes a shot from this E100 here, that will bring him down to about 1000 damage, or 1000 HP, sorry. And this leopard 1 has fantastic DPM, so he will be able to clear him, but he also needs to be careful of where he's going to sit his tank, because he doesn't have a turret, and if the leopard 1 has any brains, he could just get behind him, no problem whatsoever, and he will be deleted. But he's still bouncing a few nice shots here. He knows that the E100 had just bounced, so he's going to push. I love the fact that he's trying to ignore the E100 to go for the leopard, because he is the most dangerous target, but he didn't want to waste any more time. The leopard was hiding behind the E100, so he didn't want to waste any more time, so he does clear the E100, and now he manages to clear the leopard. Great game, absolutely fantastic game, well played, and he made the right choices there in staying where he was, and at the end trying to go for the leopard 1. That was very important, trying to go for that leopard 1 before he clears the E100. Overall 8.8k damage, well deserved mastery badge, and a very, very high carry there. So GG, and of course the Yo does 0 damage in that corner. So good game, Potato Seller. Next up we have a 50 TP from Itjov from the Upper Clan. Now this game is like one of a kind. It's one of a kind game, especially in tier 9. Now this tank was a clan reward tank, don't forget, so people got this tank for free. Now when I first made my review on this tank, it was like, don't worry if you don't get it. It's not that great when you have the tech tree version of the 50 TP. Anyway, yeah, I was kind of wrong. Like, the more and more I play this tank, the more and more I like it, considering it is a free tank, or it was a free tank, and it was actually very, very easy to get. Yeah, it is a very, very, very good tank. And this guy here is Itjov, is going to showcase just how good this tank has, or can be, sorry. So nice shot there. Of course, it does have the tungsten shells as well, so make sure you use them when you know you can get at least 2 shots. Well, you know you can get 2 shots off, and he was able to do that. So 2 shots, 997 damage. This thing has a turret as well, so it can bounce shots. It's got a good armor profile, and you could do a lot of damage. I've seen quite a few people doing big damage in this tank, and this game is probably one of the higher damage games that I've seen. But suck your dad, said that guy. Yeah, he's not happy. Was he the first to die? Oh yeah, of course he was the first to die. So he abuses the enemy team. So he tries the HE shot there. He could, if he aimed, get the HE shot on that Borask, but he didn't want to risk it, and instead he gets a nice shot into him. So now there is a few tanks. I mean, most of the tanks are around this side of the map, but they have all turned around, so that leaves this 50 TP isolated on his own, and he's got quite a few tanks around him, being a 1-shot as well. So he's just going to poke out, get the kill, and get one tank down. So that is now a 5 versus 6, and he's on 1 kill with 6 tanks left to go and quite a few hit points left to go. So he's now in a brilliant position. If you can get in this position and there are tanks around you, you have the higher ground. You remember that, you have the higher ground, and if you're left on your own, of course there's only 2 ways up this side of, or there's only 2 ways up, so they have to come and get you from either side. So if you got the higher ground, I mean, a lot of people come into this position, especially if they are a 1 versus 2 or a 1 versus 3. It's a great position because you can cover quite a lot of the map as well. Now he has just used the tungsten shells, probably a bit of a waste there if I'm honest, because there's literally nobody around. Now I know he was waiting for this IS-8, so he does manage to get the shot, but he's not going to be able to get the second shot. But you know know what, it doesn't really matter because the IS-8 is a one-shot, but he could have got a nice HE shot into this Borask with tungsten shells there. So that was a bit of a waste, but, you know, he's going to make up for it because he's going to play absolutely brilliantly. So he has to clear this IS-8 now. The Borask is on a reload, and he's used all of his repair kits, or his repair kit, and he does take care of that IS-8 for his second kill. Now, I believe they have a heavy tank that is AFK, which doesn't help at all. So it's a 3 versus 5. Now, the Borask we know has 2 shells. It's a quick tank, so getting rid of the Borask is an absolute must. Don't let him get behind you. Always try and face the enemy with this tank. If you can try and side scrape or hold down, do try to do that. So there's one shot. He's going to get a nice HE shot, 528 HE shot into him. The Borask is now on a reload, so he should be able to clear him. He should be able to reload before the Borask goes out of sight. Now, this ain't a slow tank. By all means, it's not slow at all, but the Borask is quite a quick tank. So he needs to clear this Borask ASAP. So, of course, he's doing the right thing. He's going over the hill here. So the Borask, yes, he's going to get the shot, but he does get the bounce. Now, stupidly, this Hori is going to go for the AFK, and so is the VK. What are they doing? I have no idea. The VK changes his mind, but there are 4 tanks left alive. He's pretty much a 1 versus 4 at this time. The VK-70, the VK-45 is now a one-shot, and he's just backing up. There's no reason for him to go to the enemy. Just wait, because they make them come to you. Because he's got this nice rock for a bit of cover, and of course he's got dead tanks around here as well. So the Hori has come around. He's going to try and get a shot now. He is very low hit points, but yeah, the armor's doing its job. 1,900 block damage. The Hori on the other Hori is still up there trying to deal with an AFK. Now, if that other Hori come to help this Hori, it would be game over. Absolutely game over. But nope. They decide to be greedy at this late stage in the game when it's a 2 versus 3, decided to be greedy and decide to farm up a bit of damage, and ultimately that is going to come back and bite him on the bum. So 5 kills for our guy now, 5.7k damage, and there's still 2 tanks left alive. The VK-168 and of course this greedy Hori, who is a 2-shot. So if he can get a shot off into this Hori now you can just see the Hori's missed his shot, and he gets a nice shot into him. Brings his damage now up to 6.2k, and the Hori is a one-shot, but we haven't quite seen where this object 268 is. But as I said at the start, just go into this position. Just go into this position, and they got to come up to you. But it's still a minute and a half left, so not too much time left on the clock. And he still can take a shot from any of these guys. He can take a shot from the Hori, or he can take a shot from the VK, but he can only take 1 shot. So make that count. Don't just take a shot to get the kill. If you can get the kill, get that kill, and he does do that. So 6 kills now, 6.4k damage with just 1 tank left alive. Where is this tank? Because the time is running out, and of course it is a full hit point VK-168. No idea what he's doing, but he gets a nice bounce. So that's 2.9k damage, but to get this win, he's still going to have to bounce a couple more shots. Now, if you go face down, sorry, if you go face hugging this guy, then you should be able to get some bounces, especially in a VK-168. There are a lot of weak points in this tank. You can see the turret here, the top, the hatch. There's a lot of weak points in the object in the VK-168. So 6 kills, 7.8k damage. He's still going to have to bounce another shot if he wants to get this win, and of course he does bounce another shot. So at this point now, being a one-shot for the VK, he should be able to take a shot, but you don't risk it because the VK can actually do, well, now with the RAM, he's now 420, so he needs to get that shot, and he does. Very, very well played there. I mean, the enemy just threw the game. That Hori just absolutely threw the game going for the AFK. But 8.3k damage in a tier 9 tank, along with 3.8k block damage, and of course the Rozani medal and a nice earned Klobanov as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With